Hello everybody, welcome back to a video, and today I'm going to be reviewing NCIS Season 1, Episode 9, Marine Down. Now this is going to be the first part in a series of videos reviewing the NCIS Christmas specials. I'm covering this one because honestly, it's more Christmassy than some other Christmas specials from Seasons 2, 3, 4, 5, 18, 19, and 20. Those seasons aren't going to have a video on them because they're not really Christmas specials. They're episodes that aired before the Christmas break. This, however, is more Christmassy than those, so I decided to throw it in the mix. Also because it shows what the show was like in its early days, which I think is something pretty cool. Alright, so the episode has a pretty straightforward opening, but it makes for a really interesting premise. So basically, the case this time around, we start with the aftermath of a funeral, not a happy place to start an episode. And then the house gets a call from the guy whose funeral they just had. And so now the team has to determine, was this actually him or was it a prank call? And the answer is it was him, but they were too late to save him. So this episode is pretty interesting. You get some funny character interactions, but a lot of the nuance with the subplots and how they tie into the main plot, not really there. Favorite moment of the episode, we're going to start with that, is Ducky realizing how the victim died. It is the right mix of shock and terror. I'm not going to say what the reason is, because in case you're watching this and you haven't seen it in a while, but you remember who the bad guy is, I am going to get to that, but I will leave that as a surprise. It's not a very pleasant one. It's actually really horrifying. But the bad guy is basically just a CIA agent who stole $2 million and is now covering it up. That's basically what it boils down to, is a robbery cover-up. I mean, there are good character moments in the episode. I mean, particularly just the main characters interacting with each other. That's just fun to see. I mean, there's not a lot to talk about with this one because it's pretty simplistic. One detail, Kate absolutely gets the number of Gibbs's wives down perfectly. Because while Gibbs says 3 this episode, it's actually 4, which is the number that Kate says. Because later in the series, spoilers, you find out that Gibbs actually did have a wife who was murdered. So Kate was right on the money, even though she was probably just guessing. This is pretty funny that it's hinted here. You don't really think much about it. You just think, oh, it's just a wrong guess. But then once you've watched it with that knowledge in mind, you're thinking, that's pretty cool that she got it right first time. But I mean, apart from that, I mean, it's a pretty simple episode. There's not a lot to say about it. I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's pretty fun, but these really start to pick up steam when you get to season 6, because that's when they actually start getting very Christmassy, and that's when the plots start to get more interesting. I mean, they get more interesting not long after, but in terms of the Christmas specials, we got a while to go through. So next time we're going to be jumping from season 1 to Season 6 to talk about Silent Night. That is it for this video. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.